Let's give her one big hand. Thank you, ladies.
They came out and they looked at Brittany. She's like, they won't let me lift her like they want to do.
You know, P, we could get some hail tonight. That's in Eubank Stadium. The squads, as they welcome in Dysart, look to withstand Mother Nature. It's the Demons and the Sentinels live from Michael Eubank Stadium on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Good evening, everyone. So glad you can join us. I'm Joe Pequeno. Mother Nature is waving her wicked wand of destruction. Rain throughout the valley. There were cancellations at Sky Harbor Airport, trees knocked over, areas of the state flooded like Globe, and destruction throughout the valley. In my complex at Warner Ranch, a tree was down and there is debris everywhere. So no question this field is soaked. It's very windy, so passing the football is going to be a little difficult. And we could get some thunderstorms, even hail is in the forecast. In other parts of the country, we call that football weather. In Arizona, we call it bad weather. Seton and Dysart will have to play through it. The 2 and 3 Sentinels are looking to bounce back from the 56-13 home loss to Ben Franklin. Really nothing went right, and the offense really struggled. New day, new game, new opportunity as they face the 2 and 3 Dysart Demons. Demons of the 3A West region feeling great after beating Wickenburg 60-7. Quarterback Josiah Laborin threw 3 touchdowns, and the squad got rushing touchdowns from Bobby Franco and Javon Christmas. The squad with 5 rushing touchdowns total. Last week, Seton could not get anything going offensively with only 152 yards of offense. In fairness, they faced a veteran Ben Franklin team that could win the 3A division. The Chargers are looking really strong. As we look at Seton's schedule, they opened up with a 45-21 loss at Round Valley, bounced back to beat Santan Charter 32-26 and Safford 36-8. Lost to Gilbert Christian 41-18 and Ben Franklin 56-13. Both those teams are undefeated. For Dysart, they also faced Ben Franklin week 1, losing 49-10. They bounced back in week 2, rolling Santan Foothills out of Queen Creek 40-0. They went to Sabino and lost 38-24. Lost to Valley Christian 38-13. And last week, as mentioned, courtesy of Prince, the Purple Wonder. That's the first time Dysart and the Sentinels met, with the Sentinels winning 35-7. Then a year later, the Sentinels beat the Demons 21-0. Seton plays in the 3rd division is Oh and 2, 2 and 3, and ALA Ironwood trying to find itself in last place. 3A West Region, River Valley, 2 and 3, 2. Two and 3, Wickenburg, the Wranglers. Love that high school mascot. 0 and 2, 0 and 6. Sentinels underneath the lights, looking for another home win. Their next game is next Friday against Valley Christian. That's always a big game. That's the Ray Road rivalry. Of course, Valley Christian just located a little bit up the road on Ray and 56th Street. Back judge Nick Thorman. Referee is Randy Presentin. Line judge Paul Vaughn. Umpire Butch Vaughn. So the Jim Shoebridge, the athletic director, the great one for Seton Catholic, made it a point to get this game in, talked to game officials. They looked at the field and felt it was in good working condition. We look at statistical leaders for Seton. Patrick Conley, their junior quarterback. He's thrown for 409 yards with 7 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. On the ground, Corey Edwards, 253 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. On the receiving end, Bailey Mendoza, 15 receptions, 156 yards, 1 touchdown. Fogarty, 9 receptions, 142 yards, 6 touchdowns. So he is kind of like the go-to player when they get in the red zone. Tackles. Menez also has 1 interception. Seton with just 1 in that category. So they're facing a Dysart team, very similar. So it really comes down to maximizing opportunities and getting the running game. I think that's line up their players in all kinds of different scenarios. It's Donovan Hinchy, who has 284 yards rushing with 3 touchdowns, and the big home run hitter for them is Javon Christmas, a senior running back, 6'2", 197. So he's got the size, 41 rushes, 428 yards. He's averaging 10 yards a carry, 85 yards a game. He's scored 3 touchdowns. He has 1 100-yard game underneath his belt. On the receiving side, kind of mentioned Donovan Hinchy, the senior wide receiver, 18 receptions, 286 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's averaging almost 16 yards a carry, or 16 yards of reception, I should say. And we're going to take a moment for the school prayer and the national anthem. Keep it locked and loaded right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. And those teams will be in the playoffs, and they could be battling for the 3A title. Rankings don't come out for another week or so, so I can tell you that those three teams, they're going to be ranked in the top 10. So it really is. After tonight, Valley Christian at River Valley, ALA Ironwood, and Chrisman. You know, if Seton can run the table and win 4 or 5s, 4 or 5 that is, they'll get into the postseason and they're going to have an opportunity. Of course, the Seton Catholic Sentinels, they're dressed in the red and white. You've got these two teams. Let me say that a little cleaner. They haven't played in 25 years. And think about where you were 25 years ago. A lot of these young men weren't even born at that time. A lot of these parents were in their 20s or maybe late 20s or 30s. Back to receive for the Sentinels. Corey Edwards and Fogarty as well. RJ, so lethal, he ran. Here we go, we're going to get ready to kick things off. Kicking off for the Demons, Giovanni Jr. This one, field. The 30-yard line. And the Sentinels will come out, run a little bit of a RPO, run pass offense. And Patrick Conley he's lined up under center. And that's eventually, if the Sentinels stay with the run, and a lot of these players for the Demons play both ways, wear them down. And then all of a sudden, Corey Edwards, those 4-yard runs in the second half, they turn into 5, 6, 7 double-digit runs. They go right back to the run game. And Edwards, a short pickup, brings up a 3rd down. Good crowd on hand. I think everyone was kind of waiting to see exactly if the game would be played. And, you know, it has kind of that fall flavor. A little windy, a little cool, overcast all day, wet. So a different environment here today. 3rd and 5 from the 26. Conley in the shotgun. Edwards in the backfield. They go right back to Corey. And Corey, he's got the 1st down. He's into the trucks for the 1st down. Corey, who was in the shadows of Luke Aguilar last year, but played so. Edwards, now it's a 2-back set. 1 wide receiver up top, 1 down below. Conley, shotgun. He tries to draw the Demons off. Almost did on the hard count. Now it's Conley trying to reset his offense, and immediately they go right back to the run. And it's Edwards again powering a gain of 8 on the play. And they're going to say he got another 1st down. And the sticks are moving, and the Sentinels are doing it the old-fashioned way. They're playing some bully ball right now. And Paula Hutchinson just wanted to remind me that, yes, none of these young men were born on the field when these teams previously played in '99 and 2000. I think I stated that for the record. And that time, Patrick Conley is ripped. He is hit immediately, and that time the Demons come up big on the run stop. So a conversation ensuing. And the Sentinels are moving the football very well. And it's Brady Hayes at quarterback for the Sentinels. And Brady Hayes has played very well in relief. They go right back to Edwards. Edwards, after a good pickup, gain of 4 on the play. So we're talking about Brady Hayes, who has played well in limited time, 14 of 25 for 110 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's also rushed for 62 yards and 1 touchdown, another 41 yards on the ground. And, you know, for Pete Walheim, he's trying to get this team back going. So he's going to roll the dice and give Hayes an opportunity to lead them an opening drive. And he's doing it playing the power game and letting Corey Edwards and the line of scrimmage dominate. 3rd and 5 from the 45. And Hayes will take off, and Hayes gets tripped up, and he only picks up a couple on the play. So it's going to bring up a 4th down and 5. Now decision time for the Sentinels, and looks like they're going to play the safe route and go ahead. And they're lining up, and we'll see how they played out. Sentinels will kick it away. And back to punt is Patrick Conley. So Conley not starting, and now Conley's going to go under center, trying to fool the Demons. Try the hard count here. And that's not going to fool Dysart whatsoever, so the Sentinels are going to have to most likely take a delay game. And the referees and Conley still trying to draw Dysart off, and the play clock has to be winding down. And there it goes. So that's going to be a delay game against the Sentinels. So the attempt at trying to fool the Demons does not work. Sentinels will take the 5-yard penalty, and Conley will punt it away. Back to receive is Shamir Harge. Harge, an explosive player who has the ability to give the Demons some space, but the Sentinels do a good job, and that ball is going to be down at about the 16-yard line. And that is where Dysart is going to take over, led by head coach John Ganados. Dysart looking to come to the East Valley and get a victory. Of course, Dysart in the West Valley, they probably took the 10, then the 202, cut around on that southern portion of the valley, rolled their way up to probably Kyrene or McClintock, and here we are. And their quarterback, Josiah Labrin, a sophomore. He's thrown for over 500 yards, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Also, he's rushed for 143 yards and 2 touchdowns. We talked about Christmas in the backfield. A physical force that can get things done. But Shamir Hodge is in the backfield right now. And Labrin throws it out in the flat. And the good Seton defense, led by R.J. Fogarty. A good pursuit by the secondary. Shamir Harge in that backfield, so it was a fake, and they quickly threw out in the flat for a gain of 1 on the play. The Sentinels defense looking to make a statement early. Labrin in the backfield. 1 back set, man in motion. They go inside and bust it with Harge. And Harge looks like he gets a pickup of about 4 or 5 on the play. And that's where they'll blow the play dead. Karsten Gifford and a legion of Sentinels. Just taking the announcement from the PA announcer, does a tremendous job. Brings up a 3rd and 3 from the 20-yard line. Think about the Demons. They have a lot of players playing both ways. So over the course of time, if the Sentinels can just handle the football, not cause any damage, they'll be in good shape. Handoff to Harge. Turning the corner, and he slips on the turf, and that is a good situation for the Sentinels. And there to put a light tap on him was Colby Witt, the senior defensive end. 6 feet, 161. So the Sentinels are going to have great field position. And back to receive is going to be R.J. Fogarty. Fogarty ran a kickoff back in the opening loss to Round Valley. Had 4 touchdowns in the win over Santan Charter. One of the best performances I've seen since coming here to call play-by-play for Seton Catholic. Dysart back to punt is number 17. And that's Caleb Richardson, a sophomore. 6'3", 180. Looked like he was going to fake it for a split second. That's going to be Edwards on the other side. Edwards takes it up. Goes up the sidelines, takes it up out past the 40 to about the 36-yard line, but there is a flag down. Referees will huddle together and decide what that call is. Sentinels will have the wind in their faces as they are heading to the north part of the stadium. And here is the referees with the call. And Pete Walheim, the veteran coach. And that is going to be against the Sentinels. And that's a heartbreaker right there. You're literally an offsides call. So basically, if you just line up on sides, wait for the ball snapped, you're not going to be penalized. So that's a tough one to swallow. But the Sentinels, hey, play on. Let's do this. Let's continue on. Early in the ball game, under 5 minutes left. Hayes at quarterback. I formation. They go right back, running game. Edwards turns the corner. Edwards in the secondary, out past the 30. Edwards going down the sidelines and finally dragged down inside the 10. Corey Edwards running and gunning. A power run, and that's going to set up the Sentinels at the 10-yard line. A tremendous gain of 42 yards. So far, Corey Edwards, he's more than passed his way to 100 yards on that night. Sentinels go back to the I formation. This time, it's Brady Hayes on the fake. Throws it in the flat, little rainbow, and that's going to go in. And then to call it a touchdown. Brady Hayes finds R.J. Fogarty. A 10-yard touchdown. The Sentinels on top by the count of 6-0. So Corey Edwards, huge run. Edwards with the 42-yard run, and then it was Hayes to Fogarty on the 10-yard touchdown. Now it's Nicholas Martin, who has nailed 10 of 12 extra points this year. A little breeze in his face. Demons, and they jump off sides. So we talk about the depth of the Demons. They don't have a lot. So they have good players, but they're going to have to play a lot. And that's the big thing in high school football. The more depth you have, you can utilize more bodies and keep your starting unit fresh. So the Sentinels will go for 2. Brady Hayes back under center. They go to Corey Edwards, who powers his way through. Edwards leads them down with a 42-yard run, and then Edwards on the 2-point conversion, and the Sentinels with an 8-0 lead. An impressive drive, and the Sentinels doing it the old-fashioned way. A team that's been looking for the running game all season. They come out, they stick to it, and they just go right at the Demons that were a little flat-footed coming out defensively. So a great start. A big stop on defense. A big drive on offense. And we're under 4 minutes left in this first quarter. Paulo Hutchison bringing you all the visuals. And I've got the best monitor view upstairs. So Nick Martin will kick this off. And slight breeze. They'll try to knock one and pin the Demons deep. This one takes a bounce inside the 10. The Demons coming up the sidelines for a short return. Jonathan Lopez Reyes on the return, and Sloan Sweet on the return for, on the coverage for the Sentinels. Demons will set up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And we have not seen the workhorse, Javon Christmas, who really is a talented running back in that backfield for the Demons. Once again, Shamir Hodge, a cornerback, 5'9", 160 in the backfield. Shotgun formation for Labron. Now a switch on the line. A little bit more movement. 3 players in the slot. And that looks like that could be movement against the Demons. And that is going to be the call as they back it up 5 yards. So for all the shifting and moving, and you know, sometimes it's just better to line your players up, get them situated. That way you can get the play off without drawing a false start or illegal motion. 1st and 15 from the 20-yard line. Sentinels up 8-0. Same formation, bunch. Now Hodge moves out to the left. Quarterback steps up in a pocket, and he gets taken down. Right there, making a play. Carson Gifford in on the tackle, and Carson did a nice job levering Labron, who stepped up and tried to take off. Josiah Labron, a sophomore, 5'11", thrown for 500 yards. We've taken a look at the play, and Carson Gifford right there. And we talked about the footing, not very good on this field. So if you try to make any quick stops, you're probably going to most likely hit the turf. Labron, shotgun, now moving to his left, or Labron. And this play is going down the field. Donovan Hinchy, and Hinchy gets run out of bounds inside the 30. R.J. Fogarty, one of the best athletes on the field. And we talk about Donovan Hinchy. Plays a little running back. That was a direct snap. He's rushed for close to 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's got one 100-yard game, and that was a tremendous pickup. Now the Demons are on the move. And they've got some big bodies on that offensive line, led by senior Pablo Miramontes Garduno, 6'4", 290 on that edge. Man in motion. They go right back to Hinchy. Hinchy tries to turn the corner, and he is brought down. Good defense by the Sentinels. And right there, coming up big on the tackle, was Lucas Jimenez. Lucas Jimenez, and what a good year Lucas has had. 32 tackles, 1 interception, a sophomore, 6'1", 180. You could be looking at a player that could bounce into that Sloan Sweet role, move from free safety to a linebacker, and he's got a nose for the football. So once again, Dysart with Shamir Hodge in the backfield. Hodge, handoff inside. And the Sentinels read it pretty quickly. James Boyle on the tackle for Seton. James Boyle leads the team with a couple sacks, a big body. So a 3rd and 5 from the 25 for the Demons. Winding down to 1 minute left in this first quarter. Now we have Javon Christmas in the backfield. And we've got a offsides against the Sentinels. And that's a heartbreaker, because the last thing you want to do is, after a good drive, is give the Demons that already had a 3rd and 6 any kind of extra room to draw closer to a first down. And if you're the Demons and your head coach John Ganados, you're probably thinking this is 2-down territory. And they've got a workhorse in the backfield, and Christmas, who is now not there. Instead, they go to another running back, and Bobby Franco. And Franco gets taken down by Sloan Sweet. So it brings up a 4th down as time is winding down here in the first quarter. And you got to wonder, is, for John Ganados, your best offensive player is Javon Christmas, who is yet to touch the football in this game. And Bobby Franco is still in the backfield. Christmas is lined up at the bottom of your screen. Labrin, shotgun. Will fire it downfield, one-on-one situation, and that is in and out of the hands of the intended receiver. And great defense by Patrick Conley. Conley moving from quarterback to safety or the cornerback position and denying the reception to Jonathan Lopez Reyes. So questionable play calling by the Demons, who have yet to give the ball to their best offensive player, and Javon Christmas. And now it brings up a 1st down for the Sentinels, so they dodge a bullet after giving up the big play to Hinchy that marched the Demons to about the 30-yard line. And now the Sentinels will take over. And Brady Hayes with a 2-back set. Edwards, this little spin move. Edwards powers his way to about the 35, and there's going to be a flag down, and that's going to be a face mask against the Demons. So that's going to tack on another 15. So talk about ending the first half in style. Sentinels really controlling the line of scrimmage with the run game, and the big boys in the trenches making some big noise, and Sentinels will end this first quarter with a lot to be happy with. An 8-0 lead, opening up some massive holes for the running game. And now time to recollect and focus on the second quarter. Take a short timeout from Michael Eubanks Stadium. The Sentinels leading the Demons right here on the Seton Catholic Sports Network.
What up, homies? I'm Angel. My dad started Burrito Express back in 1995 with me and my brother slanging burritos out of the kitchen of our house. Today we have 8 Valley locations where you can count on authentic recipes, good prices, and a comfortable atmosphere. I've always said the burrito is the perfect food. You don't need a plate, fork, or a napkin. You grab one and off you go. Come by one of our Burrito Express locations.
And we're going to get ready to start this
created by the
second
man
quarter.
himself,
The Sentinels
Cameron Scadaboo.
Going to have some good field position after the great Corey Edwards run. And then they tack on the face mask. So they were to get the ball at the 50-yard line. And right now there's a little bit of confusion by the referees as both teams haven't switched sides. So we're going to play on. Mother Nature has not only had the effect on the field, they've had the effect on the referee's brains. Outside, Edwards stays on his feet, chucking and grinding. Powerful run, gain of 8 yards. And Corey Edwards on his way to a monster night. And how about the junior pom squads that were here to join the Seton cheerleaders, and they were on the field earlier, all these little young girls that are going to grow up to fine young women and be leaders in the community, and it was very special to see them on the field. So there is a timeout on the field as the referees are discussing maybe not flipping the field. That could be a possibility, or wondering if their Venmo got charged for purchase at Walmart. Instead, looks like they're going to flip it and go the other way. Hey, you know what? Referees are human too, and they need love. So you can hate them, you can criticize them, but you can't play the game without them. And along the way with the game itself, of course, the unofficial mascot of the Sentinels is floating around. That's Freddie the Flamingo. He's a bird of fun. He's a Friday night bird of frolicking. And at some point, we'll see him on the screen. You'll just see him kind of walking around, checking the action. And for the Sentinels, brings up a 2nd and 7 from the 43-yard line. Edwards, monster first half. Brady Hayes with the touchdown pass to R.J. Fogarty for the 8-0 advantage. They go inside, and they're going to call him down. Fogarty, he lost his balance, and then Fogarty takes a hit in the secondary that didn't bode well for and that wasn't Fogarty on the run. Looks like that was number 8 for the Sentinels, Gabriel Berber, on the run. Now he's coming up a little gimpy. Referees calling the play dead as of now, so Berber can be looked at by the training staff for the Sentinels. And we have a fan shout-out request for the referees, and the facial expression of the fans for not flipping the field is one of confusion. But needs to say, Berber hops up. That's a good thing. And the Sentinels have a 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. They scored on it was set up by an Edwards 42-yard run. Then Hayes to Fogarty, a 10-yard touchdown pass. Edwards with a 2-point conversion. As the second quarter is underway. Game so far has moved quickly. Some of the past Sentinels games this year seem like they've taken forever. I formation, Hayes running the show. They go right inside. Edwards, powerful run, and another good pickup. I'm going to call that a gain of 8. And if Edwards is not at 100 yards, he's closing in. The big thing for Pete Walheim is to understand that Corey is fast, nimble, but if this lead continues and they expand on it with potential opportunity to blow it open, Laban's a good back too, and Berber can alleviate the pounding on Corey Edwards. Long season. We saw that with Luke Aguilar last year. He was going for the rushing record and eventually wore down and took a lot of hits, and they go right back to Edwards. Edwards turns the corner. Edwards still on his feet, and Edwards finally gets taken down. Edwards inside the 20. Call it a gain of 14 on the play. Another look, Edwards outside. Keeps his balance, breaks a tackle there, and then gets taken down from behind. So another player is injured on the field. Pete Walheim is out. Trying to get a number through the binoculars, but the helmet and the jersey are kind of hidden. We'll take a short timeout. And that's Gabriel Berber being helped off the field. Gabriel, big in that secondary for the Sentinels, and also plays a role on offense. Getting some handoffs from time to time, and he's working his way to the bench to be looked at. So the Sentinels with a 1st and 10 from the 17. 2 back set, 1 wide receiver up top, 1 down below. They go back to Edwards, and this time Edwards is mashed at the point of attack. Let's give a special shout out to the Sentinel Nation, Fred and Chad. I've never met you, but I've heard great things. I hear you like long walks on the beach, chicken wings, and video games. If that's true, please let me know. 2nd and 10 from the 17. Hayes, who's got a passing touchdown in this game. Once again, a 2-back set. Mendoza, bottom of your screen. Fogarty up top. Hayes lets it rip downfield. One-on-one coverage, and that is broken up. And they're going to call a flag in the end zone. So Hayes saw the one-on-one coverage, read it well, and tossed it down the field. And that's going to be an automatic 1st down if it's pass interference against the Demons. And that is going to be the call. So Brady Hayes, one thing about Brady, he reads coverages well and immediately gets the ball in that direction. And Hayes and Mendoza on the receiving end almost came up with an amazing reception. It's going to bring up a great opportunity for Seton. They're going to have great field position with a 2nd and 3 from the 7-yard line. We've seen Edwards work his way down. Might as well let the young man try to run it in. Edwards, Hayes under center. They go right back to Corey, and Corey is still on his feet, working hard, and bounces inside the 5. And he gets the 1st down. So Sentinels will have 5 yards to go for another score. They've been very impressive on the ground. And this is what Pete Walheim and the offensive unit have been waiting for all season, to get the running game going. Hayes at the line of scrimmage. Hayes, play fake, rolls to his right, fires downfield, and that is going to of the intended receiver.
Pass is incomplete, intended for number 7, Nico Granado.
And that was for Nico Granado, and that's a reception you got to make. Hayes did everything right. Perfect play fake, caught the Demons off balance, and that one went right through the wickets. Opportunity by the wayside. So it brings up a 2nd and 5 from the 5. Winding down to 9 minutes left in this 2nd quarter. Edwards to Hayes' right. Hayes got a receiver and chucks it up, and he's got Fogarty, and that slips right through his hands. So right now, Hayes should have his second and third touchdown pass in this game. So right now, the Sentinels have got to just hold on to the football. We know it's wet, but you can't ask for Brady Hayes to do anything more than what he's doing, and it's hitting his receivers right in that hard place called their hands. 3rd and 5 from the 5. And you got to figure we've seen 2 drop passes in a row. How about the 3rd time the charm? Mendoza up top. Brady will try to take off. Brady into the secondary. Brady bouncing off. Brady, and he is denied and hit it about the 2-yard line. Brady Hayes, I'll tell you what. Young man, he's only about 150 pounds, maybe $155 when wet, but he is not afraid to take a hit. So that brings up a 4th and 2 from the 2. Decision time for Pete Walheim and the Sentinels. They'll talk it through, and the Demons on defense. And the Sentinels call a timeout. So they have marched down the field. Corey Edwards with some impressive runs. Sentinels with 2 drop passes on this drive. One by Granado and one by R.J. Fogarty. And it's very rare to see R.J. drop a touchdown. He was in the back of the end zone, and it just kind of just slipped through the wickets. So Walheim and his team will talk things through. And we got some wild hair going on. We got some fans with some pink, some neon, some orange. And Paulo Hutchison, who's always big on the theme nights at the school. Oh, there we go, Paulo, you're dialing up. It's neon night. Is that the case? It is neon here, and we're seeing plenty of it. Orange, pink, fluorescent green. Sure, why not? So here come the Demons. Edwards has been so good, they go to the I formation trying to spread the Demons out. Hayes under center. They go right back to Edwards, and Edwards works his way in, and Edwards powers in for the touchdown. Corey Edwards on 4th and goal. Gets in, and Edwards rewarded for all the hard work down the field. Corey, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year, and he is on his way to a monster night. And the Sentinels now with a 14-0 lead. And the big thing, last time we saw the Demons jump off sides, which led to a 2-point conversion, which Edwards completed. Now they're going to play it safe with Nick Martin. And once again, Nick Martin's been good from the point after attempts, 10 of 12. The Sentinels fake it. They go to the end zone, and they've got it. Tassialo. And the Sentinels with some trickeration. The throw down the field, looks like that was Fogarty to Tassialo. And it was Fogarty on the 2-point conversion. And the Sentinels with a 16-0 lead. So, hold everything. Trick plays, gadget plays, everything working for the Sentinels tonight. And this Demons team, we talked about them offensively, that Jovan Christmas is their best offensive player, and so far, maybe he's being used as a side distraction. He has yet to see the football. And we've got people on the YouTube channel just loving the trick plays. They are chiming in. They say they love when Pete Walheim calls the trick plays. Absolutely love it. Martin kicking off. Martin. The up man will take it. They fake it. He holds on. He's got a seam. He's got space. Still on his feet, past the 45 to the 50-yard line. A good return by Jonathan Lopez Reyes, sophomore, 6'1", 175. So the Demons, they needed something good to happen, and they get set up with a great return. Now can they capitalize? And will this be the drive we see Jovan Christmas? 6'2", 197. And now, as I beg for the young man to be on the field, Jovan Christmas is in the backfield. Man in motion, and Christmas is a side option. And instead, they run the keeper to Josiah Laborin. And you're wondering about Laborin's rushing stats this year. Well, 27 of 143, coming in with a couple scores. So a pickup of 3 moves the Demons out to the 48-yard line. Christmas in the backfield. 1 wide receiver up top, 2 down below. Laborin. Christmas works his way into the secondary. Christmas barreling, still on his feet. Finally gets trucked down inside the 30 to about the 28-yard line. So, ladies and gentlemen, I promise you one thing. Everything I talk about, I research, I look at stats, and it's not rocket science at the end of the day. When Jovan Christmas is leading the team in rushing, and you go almost a quarter and a half without giving your best player the football, that doesn't make a lot of sense. So his first run, he rips off almost a 20-yard run. Christmas in the backfield yet again. Laborin, they go right back to Christmas. Bouncing, spinning, working his way on his feet. Fumbles the football, and the Sentinels will have it. And on the recovery, Aiden Ashahundo. So Christmas had a great run. He was spinning around, and then someone stripped the football, and Aiden came up with it. And bad news for Dysart as Christmas is down on the turf. And now a trainer comes out to look at the young man. And he's being helped up. And he's just trying to stretch it out a little bit. You hate to see that. Maybe in the course of making that spin move, maybe possibly turn an ankle or hurt his hamstring, and just pray for the young man right now. And the good thing, he's walking it off, and that's a good sign. Hopefully, maybe in this case, maybe more of his psyche hurt fumbling the football than actually the physicality of the play. And you're hoping that's the case. It's almost like a Marvin Harrison situation for the Cardinals, who's, face it, this year the young man's been awful. And finally came up with a big play in the fourth quarter the other night in the loss to Seahawks. And the Cardinals don't have a lot of depth, so they need Marvin Harrison. And Dysart needs Jovan Christmas to be healthy. So the Sentinels will take over. Less than 7 minutes in the first half. The 1st and 10 from the 16. 2-back set. Edwards taking charge. Fogarty bottom of your screen. Mendoza up top. Brady Hayes working well. Inside handoff. And another good run for the Sentinels. That's going to be a solid pickup. A gain of 8 on the play. And the offensive line. The big boys up front, they are doing things. And let's give a shout out to some of the names starting up front with the players that are moving the chains and making things happen. One of those names is Mateo Carbajal Guerrero, the center. Junior, 6'2", 250. Moving people off the lines. Hayes, under center. I formation for the Sentinels. Hayes going right back to Edwards, and Edwards gets bottled down this time. the Demons taking charge at the line of scrimmage. Manny Esquivel, the 5'11 sophomore, and he's been paramount on this defense. Esquivel, one of the leaders on that Dysart defense, coming in with 14 tackles and 1.5 sacks. And once again for the Demons, they don't have a lot of depth. So for the Sentinels, it's just really continuing this onslaught of pounding the football, wearing Dysart down. I formation, Hayes, they go right back to the well. Edwards takes it out past the 30-yard line to about the 32. And now Hayes comes off the sidelines after talking to the coaching staff. Brings into play. He's got Fogarty up top, Mendoza bottom of your screen. They feed Edwards yet again. He's in the secondary. Corey turns the corner. Corey out past the 50 and taken down at about the 48-yard line. And Edwards over 100 yards on the night. Corey Edwards one more time. Turning the corner. Edwards gets bottled and finally dragged down at the 48. The sophomore blowing up, big night, and you'll love to see that for him. It's been a frustrating year with a new offensive line. Tons of seniors graduated from this team last year, so a unit that's had to learn on the fly, and they're showing their worth tonight. Hayes under center, trips upstairs. Hayes, make that Conley under center. Keeper, Conley working up the field. Conley into the secondary. Conley cuts back, and Conley is going to score for the Sentinels. Patrick Conley, a 49-yard run, and the route is on at Michael Eubanks Stadium. Pete Walheim with all kinds of trickery, lining up Patrick Conley, who's played the bulk of the season at quarterback. Took the snap, went under center, got around the edge, and took off for a 49-yard touchdown. And Freddie the Flamingo is flapping his feathers. Loving life. And the lead is 22-0. And for the Sentinels, sure, why not go for two? Everything's worked well. And Patrick Martin. And there's a flag on the play. Make that Nicholas Martin as I look at Patrick Conley on the sidelines, and Brady Hayes is being looked at the trainer's bench, along with a teammate of his in Colby Witt. So there was a flag on the play, and Patrick Conley will come out and lead the offense. Sentinels already up 22-0. And you'll love to see that for this team. They've had some tough losses back-to-back weeks, getting blown out by Gilbert Christian and Ben Franklin, and now they are laying the lick. Edwards turns the corner. Edwards powers his way, and Edwards gets in for the two-point conversion. Corey Edwards, sheer will and then some. Manning up and would not be denied, making the most and getting in. He's already got 100 yards on the night, two two-point conversions, a touchdown run, and living large off Ray and Dobson Road. A 24-0 Seton lead. And for the Sentinels Nation, do I dare say, a potential running clock situation in the third quarter. They're on their way. And the Sentinels cheerleaders doing a great job firing up the student body on Neon Night. I didn't get the memo. As you can see, the young ladies who do such a tremendous job weekly. Football games on Friday night, it's about the pageantry as well. It's about the students who show up and root the team on. It's about the cheerleaders. It's about the band. It's about the faculty that do such a great job here at Seton putting on the tailgate party before every home game. It's a team togetherness here at Seton that makes it all work. So Nicholas Martin will kick off as the Sentinels lead 24-0. And Brady Hayes is being looked at on the sidelines. He took that shot inside the 10, and, we'll try to find out his status. Looks like the pads are off. And Patrick Conley could be running the show the whole way through. Short kick. That'll slip through the Demons player's hands for a second, but it grabs it now, stays on his feet, and gets pushed down. Bobby Franco on the return for the Demons. Karsten Gifford on the tackle for the Seton Sentinels. So a opportunity for the Demons to try to get back in this one. The one time they gave the ball to Jovan Christmas, he made some big things happen. A couple big runs, 20-yard run, then a 12, 13-yard pickup, and then fumbled a football. Still plenty of time for them to get back in the game. Laboring, he's got Bobby Franco in the backfield. Trips upstairs. One wide receiver now. It's Christmas at the line of scrimmage. Laboring will fire it downfield. And incomplete. Good coverage by the Sentinels. Right there was Alex Hurtado and Lucas Jimenez. So great job by the Sentinel secondary. Brings up a second down. And for the Demons, if they can't work the clock at all, it's going to give the Sentinels an opportunity to get the ball back with a lot of time. And the pads are officially off for Brady Hayes on the sidelines. Christmas in the backfield. And that slips right through Laborin's hands, and he is down. And things going from bad to worse for the Demons. Can't be devilish if you can't hold on to the leather. High snap, and Laborin did his best just to try to track it down. So it brings up a 3rd and forever. And this is a situation for the Demons. Got to figure something quick. Maybe a screen pass to Christmas, which would get him an opportunity maybe to be in the open field, or a bubble screen. For the Demons come out, trying to spread the Sentinels out with Christmas in the backfield. 2 wide receivers make that 3 down below. Laborin will drop back. Steps up in the pocket. Flag is down. That'll be called for holding, and Laborin gets dragged down. A slew of Sentinels led by Luke Castro bring him down. And there is a flag, and no question that's going to be holding. And that's going to push the Demons even farther back, closer to the track and closer to Ray Road, the opposite direction of where they want to go. And here is the call from the referees, and that is it. 10-yard penalty, that's going to push him back. And right now for the Sentinels,
Sentinels decline the call, so it's 4th down and 20.
It's 4th and 20. Sentinels decline the call, and they'll send R.J. Fogarty and Corey Edwards back. And those two have got great speed, great in the open field. Either one, as we mentioned, R.J. Fogarty had a return in the loss at Round Valley, kickoff return. So these two are tremendous athletes, so gifted in the return game. Punt is up, and that's kind of squibbed, and it's going to work out well. And it looks like it could have potentially hit a Sentinels player as Fogarty dove on the football. Great field position. Sentinels at the 50-yard line. So they've got an eternity. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. And right now, stick with what works. Pound, pound, pound the football. And let's see if they do that. And I've been told I need to follow the Seton Catholic Student Spirit on Instagram. And Paulo Hutchinson is going to tell me all the reasons why. Edwards powers his way. Gain of 5, works it down to the 45. And looks like there was a potential late flag that came toward the Seton bench, which is a weird place. Oh, and I'm finding that out for all your theme night info. That's going to be a personal foul against Seton, and that's disappointing. They're up 24-0. There's no reason to have a personal foul when they've got 2 minutes and change or any point. That's about the only mistake they've made tonight. They've been sound. They've played crisp football. Conley comes back in. He's got 2 minutes and 22 seconds to direct traffic. Bailey Mendoza up top. I formation yet again. Fogarty down below. Conley, play action, fires it downfield. That's going to be picked off. And in on the coverage for Dysart, who came up with a play. Frank Ramirez, a sophomore defensive back, 5'9", 145. And that was kind of like, you know, he could have called a fair catch on that one. So the Sentinels' opportunity goes by the wayside. First a personal foul and then the pick by Conley. So the Demons, you see Javon Christmas, running back number 12, has not been utilized much. And he's a special player. He's got the frame, 6'2", 197. 3 touchdowns coming in, 1 100-yard game. 428 yards rushing, also another 126 in receiving, and a touchdown as well. Labron, they run the wide receiver end around. And good pickup on the play, gain of 5. Turning it upfield for Dysart. Donovan Hinchy, and Hinchy's a good player too. And Hinchy and Javon Christmas could potentially be the 1-2 punch that could lead a comeback for the Demons in this contest. And now there's a timeout for the Demons, or make that for the Sentinels. $1:46 for the Sentinels. Pete Walheim and his team with a 24-0 lead. They got a Brady Hayes touchdown pass to R.J. Fogarty, 10 yards. Edwards with a 2-point conversion. Then Edwards a 2-yard touchdown run. Fogarty, 2-point conversion to Tasialo. And then Patrick Conley coming in for Brady Hayes, a 49-yard touchdown run. Corey Edwards with the 2-point conversion, and that is where we are. Demons, their deepest march into the Sentinels territory was after back-to-back runs by the player I've been yearning for all night, Javon Christmas. Because every day we wake up and don't we want it to feel like Christmas? You know, Javon does. And he wants to see more than just a couple handoffs in this one. The big plays tonight, Javon Christmas, a couple good runs. Donovan Hinchy with that big run for a huge game. And they take over 2nd and 4 at the 44 coming off the timeout. Labron, who's been laboring, been hit a lot at that quarterback position. Christmas in the backfield. Labron, 2-step drop. Will fire it downfield. He's got a receiver, and he's got him in stride, and that is going to go for 6. Big touchdown downfield. Donovan Hinchy. We talked about the 1-2 punch of Christmas and Hinchy, and Hinchy delivers a 56-yard touchdown pass from Labron, And the Demons devilish, getting on the board with under 2 minutes left in the first half. Labrin, good time. Two-step drop. The pocket held up, and Hinchy right in stride. So a late touchdown by Labrin to Hinchy. 56 yards. And the Devils. And Hinchy tries to barrel his way in, and Hinchy does. Hinchy on the two-point conversion. And talk about this game turning. Now 24-8. So we've been talking about Dysart just getting the ball into their big players' hands. Hinchy, Jovan Christmas. And we just talked about it seconds ago. Maybe those two could lead the comeback for Dysart. And Hinchy in stride on a beautiful throw by Labrin. Pocket held up, and Hinchy took it to the house. Now Dysart with some momentum. And for the Sentinels, we got a $1:37. And for the Sentinels, what you want to see from them is control the clock. Don't turn the ball over. Don't give Dysart another opportunity. And we've got some cowbell in the crowd. And as Christopher Walken said on Saturday Night Live, can't get enough of the cowbell. He needs more cowbell. 24-8. $1:37. R.J. Fogarty and Corey Edwards back to receive. This Demons team coming from across the valley, battling Mother Nature and not knowing if they'd even play this game. And now they have got a momentum. Giovanni Casas, the junior, plays on the O-line and D-line. We'll kick this one off. Casas, little squib kick. And, you know, I got to tell you, I don't understand that for Dysart. You've just scored, and now you're going to try to pull an onside kick. You've got plenty of game left, and now you've given Seton a short field with a $1:37 left, and Nick Martin is a fairly decent field goal kicker, can potentially knock one in. I formation. Edwards, he's going to get the handoff. Edwards is bottled up. Good play by Dysart. In on the tackle. Number 14, Adam Labrin. So Adam Labrin, Josiah Labrin, no question, they've eaten at the same table once or twice. Brothers and connected. 2nd and 8 from the 47. Sentinels trips upstairs. One back set. Conley looking that way. Flips out in the flat. And Edwards gets taken down immediately. And now the Demons have got some momentum. It's going to bring up a 3rd down. And now Dysart calls a timeout, and rightfully so. Brings up a 3rd and 8. And if the Sentinels, you got to figure the smartest play for the Sentinels here, just run the football and try to burn the clock. Then on 4th down, just kick it away. And then the Dysart Demons would have to go the length of the football field with about maybe 40 seconds left. So now a little bit of a chess match. But for me personally, I don't know why Johnny Ganados, the head coach of Dysart, just after scoring, tried to go for an onside kick. You can see if that was late in the game, 4 minutes left, you're down that, then sure, you got to go for it. But you got a whole half of football left, and your team just got great momentum. Now he's counting on his defense to come up with a big stop. Edwards in the backfield. Mendoza in the slot. Conley, shotgun, good snap, rolling to his right. Fires downfield, and they're going to say that that's incomplete. Bailey Mendoza tried to dive and scoop it up and could not make it. So That only took off about less than 15 seconds off the clock, 56.1 seconds left. And now Dysart looking for a big return. Lining up back there is Donovan Hinchy, who had that big touchdown reception for 56 yards a short time ago. Sentinels, they like to go in the bag of tricks with a lot of trick plays, but this is not a time for a trick play. They should just kick the ball away from Hinchy, don't let him touch it. And it's going to be a false start against the Sentinels. So that's going to push him back another 5 yards. So Hinchy, who is explosive, Sentinels can't afford to put that ball right into his breadbasket. High snap, and they get it off. And Hinchy will be chased back, and he's going to pick it up. Hesitated, tries to cut it, and a little bit of delay on his part, and he finally gets dragged down. And that was a situation for Donovan Hinchy. The urgency wasn't there enough. Kind of waited a little too long to attack and get that football. And now his team has to go a long way in a short period of time. But now you got to figure he's got 41.9 seconds. Work the sidelines, work some short passes, and give his talented tailback, Javon Christmas, an opportunity to make some plays, and Hinchy as well. They've been the driving force of this offense in the first half. So Laborin, last time we saw him in the pocket doing a 56-yard touchdown pass to Donovan Hinchy. He's in the shotgun. Hinchy with Christmas in the backfield. Couple wide receivers up top. Good snap. They flip it out in the flat. Hinchy's there. Tries to break a tackle, but a flag is down. And that could be holding in the secondary against the Sentinels. And that's going to stop the clock with 36.2 seconds remaining in the half. And that looks like they are pointing in the direction of the Sentinels. And they're going to wave the flag off.
Flag is being waved off.
So that should continue to get the clock going. As soon as they whistle, the clock will start. And you got to figure for the Demons right now, send the football, get out of the half. Because they've blown a lot of time here. And they'll flip it out on the outside. Quick hitch. And making the reception was Adam Laborin. Brother to brother. Colby Witt. Carson Gifford in on the tackle. 18.2 seconds left. And a timeout on the field. Neon night for the Sentinels. And I love the orange hair. That used to be my look back in high school until I decided to rock the pink. Those are Florida colors. Kid you not, back in the day I used to have kind of like a cool in style fluorescent pink and hot pink colored shirts. They were in style at the time. Florida, we do things neon there in a big way. Sorry, Paulo. Don't have any picks for you. I might have one or two. 3rd and 6 from the 21. You got to figure if you're the Demons, try to work that slant route over the field because the Sentinels are playing a bulk of the players across the line. So right now, the Demons on a quick slant could burn the Sentinels. Got to wonder if Coach Ganados and his team sees this. Shotgun for Laborin, steps back. Steps up in the pocket, avoids the rush, rolling to his right, and he is going to be taken down. A good play. And there's a flag, a late one, and that could be a late hit or personal foul against the Sentinels. 9.9 seconds left in this half. And this last 2 minutes of this game has been like an NBA last 2 minutes of the half or second half feels like it's been 30 minutes to an hour. And that is the case. Call against the Sentinels. So right now,
Call is against
the Sentinels are their own worst enemy. Luckily, all they have to do is burn off less than 10 seconds. 9.9 seconds. Remember, kids, in school, they teach you to round up. So the Demons, which have burned the Sentinels on a deep bomb from Laborin to Hinchy for 56 yards, they're in a good striking range now. Sentinels, Fogarty's deep, as well as Edwards, and a free safety over the middle. Demons will just flip it out. Javon Christmas, and he was looking for Hinchy, and Hinchy could not make the catch. A little bit behind Hinchy, but Christmas once again showing his athletic skill. We've seen him run the football effectively, and that pass just slightly behind Hinchy. But you gotta like what the Demons were trying to do, just maybe trying to catch the Sentinels off guard.
4 seconds left in the first half.
4.5 seconds remaining in the half. And coming up at the half, we'll have the Palm Squad. So Brady Hayes, his jersey's off. He's got some ice in that right shoulder. He's done for the night. We'll see if we can get a health update on the status of Brady Hayes. Threw a touchdown to R.J. Fogarty and should have had a second or a third. Had a couple passes dropped in the end zone. Sentinels with a comfortable 24-0 lead, but now the Demons, after the Laborin to Hinchy 56-yard touchdown, 2-point conversion was good. Now the lead is 16. 2-possession game. Laborin with Christmas in the backfield. Hinchy, bottom of your screen. Sentinels with 3 safeties deep. Bad snap, and that's going to end the half. So it starts ugly for the Demons. It ends ugly for the Demons. Sentinels with a 24-8 lead. Keep it locked, keep it loaded. More to come from Michael Eubanks Stadium.
My favorite part of my team, the environment, and the people that come in and out.
It's very rewarding. It's always busy. There's always something to do.
Favorite burrito right now will be the Burrito Supreme because it's big, juicy, and filling.
My favorite burrito is gotta be the steak potato cheese. You can't beat that.
The back-to-school efforts are huge. I wanted to get kids excited to go back in school. Everybody can win and succeed with an education. To see that they're excited and they're enthusiastic, it really is amazing.
For us to partner with Larry and his foundation is just remarkable.
Appreciate the love, brother.
What he stands for and what he does truly aligns with Bell. To have him as a champion, he's remarkable.
To be able to give
You took care of business, knocking off the opponent on Tuesday, losing on Wednesday to Ben Franklin. And so after 4 games, a record of 2-2. Your thoughts of where the team is?
I think we're making progress. Our defense is absolutely amazing right now. Offense, we're doing pretty good, holding them down. I think we're definitely doing a great job putting in the effort and kind of holding them down. Definitely already have 2 wins, which I'm excited about. Make it more than last year, you know?
Yeah, last year a record of 2-11. So, as you talked about, already 2 wins this year. And think about every game this year for this team. Every game has been very competitive. You guys have been in every game to this point. And your thoughts of the progress this team has made, you know, from 2-11, now 4 games in, and really holding your own in every single game.
Yeah, we're definitely working our hardest in practice. Coaches are pushing us to our fullest potential, and we're making a lot of progress.
And that's great. When's the next game?
Next game is next Thursday, sorry. Away at, I think, Scottsdale Christian.
Got it. So actually, is that October 8th?
I believe so.
Got it. Okay, so October 8th. So it's a little farther away the next, because I know you play the next 4 games on the road. So kind of a critical juncture for the team this season. Talk about the challenges of going on the road, not once, but 4 times in a row, and trying to bond in those 4 games and come off the bus and be ready to play.
Yeah, it's actually a lot of fun. Driving, 3 hours away, Monument Valley, absolutely party on the bus, you know. Well, we're going to do our best. We're going to bring our all to Scottsdale to see what we can give them.
Yeah, and for the team, you know, a lot of teams from year 1 to year 2 make tremendous progress, and you guys have done that, but is it realistic for this team to throw around the word playoffs and have that expectation in year 2 for this program?
I mean, yes, we're doing a great job. I believe so. Our offense I think we're doing a good job. I think we could put the full potential to each player using their skills that they have. And yeah.
So we'll see how the maturation of the roster comes together accordingly and utilizing the talent on the team. And that being said, for you have a busy fall. You go from flag football, and then you'll bounce right into basketball. And let's talk about your skill set on the basketball court. Last year was your first year, but look, you're an athlete that doesn't settle. And I saw you in the offseason. You're working with Coach Self. You're taking jumpers. And what are you expecting from yourself in year 2 on the court?
Oh, I'm expecting 100% more confidence in the coming up season. I mean, I played a whole summer league of club. I'm hoping to show all that I have next season, upping my skill by a lot. I think I've come a long way, and I'm super excited.
And you talk about the growth in the summer. What did you develop, or what did you see in your development that gives you more confidence that you'll be taking another step forward with your basketball skills?
I'd say I'm developing more of a leadership role now that we have lost all our seniors. Learning all the plays and being able to command it on the court is what I've been trying to get better at, and I think I'm going to bring that to the team this year.
So what's the team going to be? What's the outlook looking like? You know, if you lost some players, who's coming back? Is it going to be a smaller team, a faster team, or, you know, do you have a couple players that can provide some size down in the blocks? And what's the overall look like, the makeup going to look like for the team?
I mean, we are a very young team, but I think being young, we're all closer in age together, so the bonding is 100% there. We all encourage each other. We do have a lot of skill coming up. I mean, we got Kalia down as an amazing guard, and we got Sophie, who's super duper fast. I think it's going to be great because we're looking like a fast team. The connection's already there, so. That's
great. So the second half, we're about 15 minutes away, and what do you expect from the Sentinels to try to lock this one down and get that third win? What do they have to do?
I think they definitely could work on being more like making the plays, finding the open holes, getting the passes there, getting end zone, you know?
Yeah, so obviously continue to run Corey Edwards and maybe make some easier throws for Patrick Conley, and Dysart hit that big play at the end of the half. So obviously so good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you.
I
Good
love
to see
your
you too.
dad. Your dad is at every game, is videotaping. And what's it like to have your dad out, whether it be the basketball court or for the flag football team, supporting you and just shooting every event?
Oh, it's so nice to have him there. I love taking in his advice when when I need to be corrected, and it's always nice to have him there filming and teaching me what I need to know.
And you're going to love when he rocks the mohawk as well,
Yes,
right?
yes.
The mohawk is the great thing. And if you haven't seen her dad, you can't miss him. Dark hair, mustache, rocking the mohawk. Look like all he needs is a guitar and rip off a guitar solo, and it looks like he's in a metal band somewhere, right? And that is the lovely Giovanna Discalo joining us right here on the Sentinels halftime show. And Giovanna, anything you want to talk about? One last opportunity before we take a break.
I'd say come out and support your Sentinels.
There you go. Support the flag football team. And the next home game, I believe it's not going to be until like October 28th. Am I correct on that?
I think you'd have to double check that.
Okay, so we've got the
I'm sure
power
because-
to check on my phone real quick. I'm going to rifle through Max Preps that I already have up. And let's see if I can get into, we're in football now.
I'd assume it'd be that far away because it's 4 games away. And
So high school sports, co-ed sports, no. And high school states, Arizona, sports, girls flag football. We're getting there. We've got the ability to move. And as we dial down, so we're going to break down the schedule as we now have it up. So Palo Verde, the 10-0 win, 27-7 loss over Monument Valley. Leading Edge, the 20-12 victory. The loss, 21-0 to Ben Franklin. And then it's 4 games on the road. Scottsdale Christian Academy, ALA, a road trip to St. John's or St. Joseph's, I believe, on October 7th, the 23rd against Arita Prep. And then you have a showdown, the next home game against Madison Highland Prep on October 28th. So what's that like to have to wait for another month for a home football game?
I mean, I'm going to have to get a lot of the snacks ready for the bus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you trying to be a recruiter for your team to get your classmates to come out and watch you guys play?
Yeah, we're trying to get a student section going. Got to get some more wins to be able to do that,
Yeah. Okay, C Nation. Let's go out there and support the ladies.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's go out there. Next home game, October 28th. Make no excuses. Come out. Wear your red. Support Giovanna. Support Ava Pongrantz. Support Sophia Bartosik and the rest of the team and help them get another victory. So that is the lovely Giovanna Discalo. Always a pleasure to see you, champ. I'll see you
nice to see you too.
in a couple weeks. And, of course, basketball season right around the corner.
Yep.
All right.
See ya. Thank
That
you.
is Giovanna Discalo. Hey, we got more coming up on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. Another 10 minutes away before we kick off with the Demons and the Sentinels in the second half.
It's me, Wednesday Addams. I regret to inform you that I have devised the meal of misfortune with Wendy's. Normally, I'd be against this type of capitalistic corporate synergy. But when the other pigtailed provocateur said I could concoct my own Frosty, I melted. My meal is tribute to the suffering that awaits us all. It's pure torture for your taste buds, with 4 nightmarish dips of dread. Don't waste my time asking which ones you'll get. You must surrender to your fate. Enjoy the anguish.
So, you want a building sign. Now, what is it going to say? Great question. The most important thing is that the sign has to be readable. People need to be able to see it, need to be able to read it, and from that, hopefully, they're going to know what you do. So, we work with our clients to ensure their signs work for them and do the job of promoting the brand, promoting the business, and making sure people can find them. And sometimes when you're doing a building sign, it's best to just keep it simple. Tell people what you do. I'm Joe with Spotlight Signs and Imaging Solutions, where we will help you get noticed.
As Creighton has taught you to be aware and honest and discerning, Creighton also formed you to heal and hope and to lead. And you will do so not only as college graduates, but as Creighton graduates. This is the difference of Jesuit higher learning. It's a difference of substance and soul. So let this achievement be said, let it be seen, that on the stage of life, from coast to coast and around the world, your Creighton education does not just fashion you to be of service, of justice, of expertise, of equity. It demands it. And so it demands you. The world needs you. Congratulations, class of 2025. God bless you in all ways. As your journey continues, please come home to Creighton often. Spread your wings, Blue Jays, and fly high.
The back-to-school efforts are huge. I want to get kids excited to go back in school. Everybody can win and succeed with an education. To see that they're excited and they're enthusiastic, it really is amazing.
For us to partner with Larry and his foundation is just remarkable.
Appreciate the love, brother.
What he stands for and what he does truly aligns with Bell. To have him as a champion, he's remarkable.
To be able to give these kids something exciting they can look forward to every year, and to be able to have great partners like Bell Bank to be able to help me do it, it means a lot to me.
So as the Sentinels are coming out, talking to Brady Hayes' mom, She says that the young man was diagnosed with a broken collarbone. Brady Hayes thinks otherwise. So I'm going to err on the side of caution and listen to the mom. And the Sentinels come out. So now this game is in the hands of Patrick Conley. And all Conley's going to do is just move the chains, move the clock, and hand the ball off to number 12. And work C.J. Laban in as well, and the Sentinels can wrap this one up. Defensively, they have to control Donovan Hinchy and Johnny Ganados, the coach for Dysart, is not utilizing Javon Christmas, so essentially giving Seton one less weapon to not have to defend against. So we are 2 minutes and 17 seconds before we start this second half, and we'll go back to the first half scoring recap. Corey Edwards had a big 42-yard run, set the Sentinels up at the 10. Brady Hayes to R.J. Fogarty, a 10-yard touchdown. Then it was Edwards on the two-point conversion. Edwards had a 2-yard touchdown, made it 14-0. Fogarty, 2-point conversion to Tasialo, 16-0. Patrick Conley, a 49-yard touchdown run in relief of Brady Hayes. Edwards on the 2-point conversion. And then it was the Demons making some noise late in the half. Josiah Laborin, a 56-yard bomb to Donovan Hinchy in stride. Hinchy on the keeper, 2-point conversion. And that is where we are, 24-8. So the Sentinels losing Brady Hayes, who got the surprise start and threw one touchdown pass. Should have thrown a second, had a couple balls slip right through the hands of his receivers, but played well. Sentinels went with a dominant running game in that first half, and leading the charge on that offensive line was Mateo Carbajal Guerrero, a junior, 6'2", 250. So you figure that young man puts another 20 pounds of solid muscle on, he's got a chance. And also Sam Schoonover on that guard position for the Sentinels. And we've got people on the YouTube channel disappointed about Brady Hayes and the broken collarbone. Finally, he's waited his opportunity. He threw a touchdown pass in the loss at Round Valley, threw a touchdown pass against Ben Franklin. A lot of people feel that his time has come, and now he's going to have to wait even longer. The thing about Brady Hayes is he's got to hit that weight room and put some muscle on and build that frame. He's 6'1", but 150 pounds, and off season, he's got to just be pounding the protein powder and chicken and fish and put some muscle on. Because he plays physical, you know, on that run option, that spread formation plays and takes off, and he's scrappy, loves to mix it in, but that size and frame, it's not any quarterback. He just can't take the kind of hits and pounding that he does with that frame. So Dysart, which scored late in the half, they'll get the ball first. And back to receive is Jonathan Lopez Reyes. And now both sides are kind of, for some reason, the Sentinels are not on the field yet. Dysart is lined up. And now they're going to huddle with their head coach. So it was almost like the second quarter when the refs didn't switch the field, and the Sentinels just kept going right to left on your screen. And now the referees are coming out. They had their halftime break, watched the extended version of Richard Dawson and Family Feud, and they're ready to get this thing going. Sentinels anxious, moving from right to left, the Demons from left to right. Second half. Kicking off at 8:40. And finally, the referees are getting on the field. They're moving, and they're realizing that at some point the lights have to be shut off here at Seton. Extended half, 20 minutes, and now we've waited for the rest for about another 5. So that extended smoke break in the parking lot must have been a good one. So Nicholas Martin will kick off. And this second half is almost underway. Finally, a whistle. Miracles do occur. Martin boots it, a little squibber, and that's right through the wickets of Reyes, and he's just going to have to fall on it. He picks it up, avoids a tackle, and he'll get pushed out of bounds. The field is wet as he picked it up. The footwork he tried to maneuver ran into a pool of agua fria, and the ball just went right through his hands. So they're going to be deep in their territory at the 7-yard line. And the Demons led by their quarterback, Josiah Labrin, who found Donovan Hinchy. Hinchy, a good-looking player, also scored in the 2-point conversion. Senior, 6'0", $190. This Dysart team, they got some gems on there. We got some specimens on the O-line. We got Christmas in the backfield, and Christmas is not, he's on the line. Now he's moving left to right. They hand off, and that's a good run. And that's Bobby Franklin still on his feet. Franklin into the secondary. Franklin out past the 35, finally taken down, but there is a flag down. There are multiple pieces of laundry, and something tells me that's going to be going back against the Demons. A good physical run by Bobby Franklin off the left side. But all for naught. And the thing about for the Demons,
Call goes against Dysart for holding.
Holding call. If they can just flip the field, Coach Ganados and his unit, if they can just flip the field and get past the 50 and force Seton back deep in its territory, it's a battle. Last thing they want to do is be 3 and out and not move the football at all. And that was a tough start with the excellent run by Bobby Franco just to be called back. 1st and 10 from the 8. Shotgun, Labrin. And the Demons run a couple players in motion, and that was just a train wreck ready to happen. That was sort of like the 2 sailors on the Titanic sniffing the iceberg, and then the iceberg appears. So the false start appears, and the end result of that story is that Leonardo DiCaprio didn't have enough room to be put on the door with Kate Winslet, and she said that she'll never let him go, but she did. So that play failed, and Leonardo is at the bottom of the ocean. Runner in motion, wide receiver end around, and Bobby Franco gets dragged down. And he gets dragged down, and there's some physicality going on. Some late hits going on after the play.
Flags on the play.
And we'll see what the call is as tempers are flaring. A couple of flags are down. That could be offsetting on both sides. And the refs are talking about it, and that could be the call. Sentinels have to keep things in check. They got a late personal foul in the first half, which was inexcusable when they were nursing a 24-0 lead. And they have to understand that they've got the Demons pinned deep back in their territory. Can't afford to do anything foolish to give them room to operate. And the call is offsetting.
Looks like we have offsetting.
So we're going to do it all over again. So for the Demons, they've got to understand where they are in the field. Can't afford to discombobulate and blow up emotionally. The game is physical, and you expect it to be physical. But, of course, within the whistles. And for Seton, understand you've got a 16-point lead. Don't be foolish and get penalties that will only cost you. So Laborin. Christmas in the backfield. They go to Christmas. Gets past the line of scrimmage and gets a gain of 5 on the play. So a good run by Javon Christmas.
Carson Gifford brings up 3rd down and 6. 3rd down and 1.
Christmas in the victory last week over Wickenburg was really phenomenal. 12 rushes, 126 yards, 1 touchdown.
Run up the middle for a Dysart 1st down.
So it's a 1st down for Dysart. And they can literally milk this clock all the way down. Laborin. Hit some quick passes, work the ball to Javon Christmas. And for the Sentinels, it's really about keying on Hinchy, Christmas, and Bobby Franco. Christmas is in the backfield. Hinchy is at the bottom of your screen. Trips upstairs. 3 wide receivers. Laborin, time to throw. He's looking for Hinchy. Hinchy is open, and Hinchy is connected, and that's going to move the ball outside past the 50, down about the 46-yard line. And you saw that anytime Hinchy's got one-on-one coverage, and in that case he had one-on-one, but he had safety help, and the safety got there late. And Hinchy is a great athlete. So now the Demons are on the move. 1st and 10 from the 48. Christmas in the backfield. And the Sentinels jump offside, so that's going to be a quick 5. So now the Sentinels, they are discombobulating. And jumping early off that line of scrimmage was James Boyle. So Dysart gets an easy 5. 1st and 5 from the 40. Plenty of time, just under 10 minutes in the 3rd quarter. Neon night at Michael Eubanks Stadium. The Demons looking to turn up their neon in the red style. Trips upstairs. Hinchy up top of your screen. Laborin dropping back, fires downfield. He's got a receiver and almost a great catch. Try to bring it in with one hand was Adam Laborin. And you know they're going to talk about that. Another look, Laborin to Laborin, just a little bit behind him. But he had him open. And for the Sentinels, Laborin had the open seam. No Sentinels secondary player made a play on the ball, and they had the opportunity. Now Hinchy is up top. Christmas in the backfield. Laborin on a 2nd and 5 from the 40. Getting the play from Ganados on the sidelines. Good snap. Christmas inside. And Christmas hard fought. Call it a gain of 2 on the play.
Was number 75, Sam Schoonover.
Sam Schoonover.
Assisted by Sloan Sweet.
Along with Sloan Sweet in on the tackle. Short pickup on the play. They call it only a gain of 1 on the scoreboard, but it's more like 2. Labor in shotgun. Christmas remains to his left. Sentinels 4 across the line. Looking to bring the pressure. Labrin, good snap. 2-step drop, fires to his outside. And that was almost close to a backward lateral. Once again, trying to flip it out in the flat quickly to Jonathan Lopez Reyes. And look, if you're Dysart 4th and 4, you might as well go for it. The big thing is, we've seen this in the last couple plays. Get the ball to your playmakers. Hinchy, Christmas. It's like Dysart's got some good-looking players. Got to utilize them. Laburn's got to also hit the passes that are open. Big 4th and 4. Maybe Laburn tries to draw the Sentinels off. Hard count. Flips out to Christmas. Christmas tries to beat a couple defenders. It could not. That was read well. And the Sentinels are coming up big. Fogarty and Sloan Sweet into the tackle. So the Sentinels defense comes up big, and you got to question the play calling when you had 3 downs to go 5 yards for the Demons. But along the way, Josiah Laborin had to hit his brother down the field. If he does, they're still marching on this drive. Corey Edwards, good physical run. Good gain of 5 on the play.
For a gain of 6. Second down.
And that's a great way to start the second half of the Sentinels. You love to see them utilize the clock and just power down the field. And you got some big bodies up front like Mateo Carbajal Guerrero on that offensive line. It's been a workhorse and then some. They go inside, and that time Edwards is bottled up by Rodrigo Mendez, the linebacker. The freshman, 5'6", $175.
Third down.
Also on that offensive line for the Sentinels, Joseph Bruce, number 60, a force up front. 3rd and 6 from the 46 as Conley gets the play from the sidelines.
Commercial, construction, and custom home builders.
Conley directing traffic for his teammates. Tassialo on that sidelines. This could be a good time to just flip him the ball out in the flat. 3rd and 4 from the 46. Conley tries to draw him off. Demons are playing it smart. Conley roaming to his right. Under duress, fires downfield, and that is caught on the sidelines by the Sentinels. Bailey Mendoza. That's a big completion right there. Mendoza in traffic as Conley was under duress being chased. Stays on his feet long enough to throw a strike down the field. And what does that do for the Sentinels? It moves the chains, and they can work another 2 minutes off the clock. And you got to figure at the 45, you started off giving it to number 12. Or C.J. Layman as well. Sentinels running game, and now Dysart's trying to take away the run. They've got 8 across that line. Now a flag is down. And that could be a delay of game against the Sentinels. And we'll see what the call is. And the call goes against Dysart.
Penalties against Dysart.
And some of the penalties in this game are kind of mind-numbing, especially in that situation for Dysart. So it's a 1st and 5 from the 45. The clock continues to tick for the Sentinels. Conley now in the shotgun. Edwards to his left. They go right back to Corey, and Corey gets balled up. And now the Demons are making a point to stop the run. They're bringing 7 across, and they're going to force Patrick Conley to beat them through the air. So this could be a great time for a play fake inside and hit Tassialo on a little out route. And Allo would be wide open. R.J. Fogarty, bottom of your screen. Mendoza up top. Conley in the shotgun. 3-step drop, even a deeper drop. A little flip, little screen to Corey Edwards. He's got the first down, and Edwards just slams a player down. And Edwards moves the ball out to the 30. A pickup of 15 on the play. So a great screenplay as the Demons were rushing, bringing the heat on the defensive line. And that allowed Edwards to kind of just slip through and find an opening, and Conley making it the easy play. Edwards inside. Edwards, no question.
Corey Edwards up the right side, gain of 5.
Going to have to fire up the ice bath after this one. A lot of hits, a lot of work on the ground. A gain of 5, and the Sentinels are on the move. 2nd and 5 from the 25. Big thing, hold on to the football. Conley gets the play from the sidelines. Winding down to 5 minutes left in the third. I formation. Conley under center. Edwards, he'll pick up a gain of 2 on the play.
Edwards up the middle for a gain of 3. Brings up
But
third
the
down.
clock continues to tick, and that's a great thing for the Sentinels. They've already flipped the field, so even if they don't score, they've worked a lot of time off the clock, and they're putting the Demons deep in their territory. Fogarty up top, Mendoza bottom of your screen. I formation, Edwards in the back. He gets it, and he powers forward and takes the ball down close to another first down.
Looks like it's another Sentinel
And
first
it
down.
is, they'll mark it, and a tremendous job by the offensive line. The big boys in the trenches really doing a nice job. Kind of mentioned, how about Robert Grassi, number 68? Really getting a nice push. This game is being won in the trenches. Andrew Packer also on that O-line. Play fake Conley. Conley gets wrapped up. And that was a play that blew up.
That sack on the play brings up 2nd down.
Looked like Conley was trying to potentially pitch it to someone, and the defensive end unblocked came in, and a huge loss on the play, loss of 7. But still, this is a great drive for the Sentinels because they're eating up a lot of clock. Just don't lose the football. High formation yet again. Conley almost dropped the football. Edwards runs right into a pile. He'll lose 3 on the play.
Off to Corey Edwards on the play, no gain. 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd and forever. Once promising drive is now moving in the opposite direction. But still, for Seton, this has turned into a 3rd quarter time possession drive, which is paramount in the course of this game against this quick strike Demons team. A team that a lot of players like Javon Christmas also play at linebacker. Now he's guarding, looks like Fogarty in the slot. Conley firing it down, deep down the field. That ball's up in the air, and that ball's knocked away. Good play in the secondary
Intended for R.J. Fogarty, 4th down.
by Donovan Hinchy in that secondary. Hinchy, who's been a star wide receiver for this team, as well as Javon Christmas at running back. He's in that linebacker slot for the Demons. Brings up a 4th down. And Conley will kick it away. But still, the Sentinels come up short, but they rip off a lot of time off the clock. Can't ask for anything better. And we've got a flag down.
Play on the play.
And that's thrown in the general direction of where it happened. Refs will talk it over. We've seen a lot of laundry on the field. A lot. False start against the Sentinels.
Calls against the Sentinels for a false start.
And, you know, you're a good amount of games in, game 6. You're a coach, you get frustrated by these things because you're thinking at this point we should be a little cleaner. This one's knocked to the corner. And a great Sentinels bounce, and that ball will be going out at about the 6-yard line. So the Demons have got to go a long way. Once again, it's neon night. We've got orange hair. We've got pink hair. I want to see kind of like the light blue hair. We do have light blue hair. I ask and I will receive. 2 minutes and 16 seconds. There you go. Get a nice wide shot. And at the snack bar, hamburgers, hot dogs. How about kettle corn? Soft drinks, chocolate, all kinds of good chocolate. Paul Hutchison had all kinds of pizza. He ate most of it, including mine. 1st and 10 from the 6, and now he'll text me some kind of comment. Man in motion, Labrin. Christmas in the backfield. Handoffs to Bobby Franco. Franco on the end around. Goes a long way.
Runner on the left side.
Call it a gain of 5 or 6 on the play. So I just found out that Lenny the dog ate my pizza. Also, Lenny ate my homework back in the day. That's why when I went to Mrs. Wright's class in 3rd grade, my social studies work wasn't done. And the cheerleaders are saying, take that ball away. Trying to root on that Sentinels defense. 2nd and 4 from the 12. Demons, a big play offense. Labrin, motion, bottom of your screen. Christmas in the backfield. Labrin, 2-step drop. Will flip it to the outside. He's got a receiver. Working up the field, and a big hit, but that's going to be a 1st down for Dysart, and that's Jonathan Lopez-Reyes on the reception. A little drag route across the field, and that moves the sticks. Now a 1st down for the Demons, and now they've got a player down on the field. We've seen a host of Sentinels, and that looks like it's just going to be some cramping going on. Trying to get a number for you. Looks like that's number 11, Rodrigo Mendez. Nope, that is Adam Labrin, who's getting up and just trying to work off the cramp. It is for the rain. You figure it might be a little cooler. Nah, it's comfortable. Not really warm, but, you know, for young athletes, you don't drink enough water, cramping could easily happen. And nothing is worse when you're cramping on the field, because all you can really do is try to rub it down and try to walk it off, and you run a little bit later, you could be cramping up yet again. 1st and 10 from the 25. The Demons are on the move. Sentinels back on the field, led by Sloan Sweet and R.J. Fogarty. Sloan Sweet, what a monster of a season he's having. 131 tackles to lead the team last year. Team leader in tackles yet again with 51. 2 tackles for losses coming into this one. Labrin back in. He's fine. Working off that cramp. Bottom of your screen. Now Christmas in motion. Franco in the backfield. Labrin, 2-step drop. He's going to fire downfield. He's got Christmas, and Christmas makes the connection out to the 50-yard line. Jovan Christmas We've talked about his skill set. It's not rocket science. One more look. Laborin, two-step drop. Christmas on the post route, and a slew of Sentinels letting Christmas just go up for the ball and not going after the football or putting a hit on Christmas to take it down. So Christmas and Dysart was offsides. Wow. And talk about a killer penalty as we're winding down this third quarter. 38.9 seconds left. And that is just a painful process right there. Both teams right now, offensively, can't seem to get out of their own way. Laborin. Franco in motion. They go inside handoff to Jovan Christmas. Kind of spins it outside. Still alive, and Christmas works his way. A tough gain of about 3 on the play. Ashiundu in on the tackle. Third quarter. Winding down. And the Sentinels now thinking about 12 minutes of football to execute, control, and take care of the pigskin. And both sides will go to their respective sides. And after 3, after a scoreless third, Seton Catholic 24, the Dysart Demons from the West Valley 8. Keep it locked and loaded. More to come from Michael Eubanks Stadium on the Seton Catholic Sports Network. So while we're away taking a sabbatical, 2nd and 9 from 25. Labor and shotgun. Christmas goes out in the flat, flips it out. In on the reception. Christmas still on his feet, breaks the tackle. Christmas down the sidelines and finally taken down by the slick turf out past the 40 to the 42. Ashiundu.
50-50 raffle has graciously donated his winnings back to the school. Thank you, anonymous winner.
The 50-50 raffle donated the money back to Seton Catholic. What a great honor. 1st and 10 from the 40. Laborin flips it out. He's got his brother Adam Laborin for a 5-yard gain. And for Dysart, that's easy pitch and catch. Sentinels are backing off the line of scrimmage. That play will be there all day. 2nd and 5 from the 44. 5 wide receivers. Flip out. It's Bobby Franco. Franco cuts it inside. Franco's got a first down. And there's a flag that comes out. It's in the secondary. So we'll see if that's going to be holding against the Sentinels, but it looks like they're going to mark it potentially. And it looks like that might be a sideline warning against Sentinels, and that's the case. So they're just going to pick it up and play on. 2nd and 5 leads to a first down on the big pass play to Bobby Franco, who's a good-looking player in his own right. Dysart's got some good-looking players offensively. They can make plays. Sentinels' last 11 minutes could be very tough. Labron drops back, fires down the field. And looking downfield, and that slips through the hands of Mohamed Safdari. Brings up a second down. Hinchy on the other side of the field. Hinchy responsible for the Demons' lone score on a 56-yard connection with Labron. Christmas also a couple good runs and a pass play that was called back. Demons spreading out the Sentinels. They go inside. Christmas runs into a wall. Call a gain of 4 on the play. Carson Gifford in on the tackle. Brings up a third down. A 3rd and 6. And you got to figure for Dysart, you're in the 4th quarter. You're winding down to 10 minutes. You're down 16. Could be 2 down territory. At this point, you're 2 and 3. Got nothing to lose. You didn't come across town to see the scenery. You came here to win. Got to play winning, attacking football. Labron moving to his right. Labron will fire it down the field. He's got a receiver wide open inside the 20. Still on his feet and will score. And that could be a 58-yard touchdown. But hold on. Plenty of flags are out on the field, and that looks like it's coming back. The reception was to Jonathan Lopez-Reyes, but now the referees will talk this one over. A lot of activity right about the 10-yard line. And they're going to push it back, and you got to figure it's going to be an illegal block in the back against the Demons, and that's just painful. And the referee is about to mark it off at the 10-yard line. And now they're bringing it all the way back. So it was a holding call.
Call is on Dysart for holding. Backs him up.
So you got to wonder where the hold was. If it's at the line of scrimmage, that moves him back. But if it's a holding from after he caught the ball, so it really depends on what the hold was. Needless to say, another promising play for the Demons, turned back by a penalty. 3rd and 17 from the 49. Labron, 2-step drop. He's going downfield, heaves it. He's got a receiver. He's got Hinchy, and they're going to call. It's going to be pass interference on someone. Looks like it could be on Berber or it could be on Hinchy. Depends on how they call it. And Aiden Ashawindu could have had a bump there. So it looks like that's going to be a call against Seton. Now Patrick Conley is going to go in and play some defense for the Sentinels. So a wild turn of events. Demons score here, and we've got a ball game and then some.
Call was against the Sentinels for pass interference.
So it was a pass interference on Ashiindu. Moves the ball to the 15-yard line. Plenty of time, an eternity. So now Sentinels trying to withstand the Demons inside the 15. Bobby Franco on the handle. Bobby Franco powering his way. A good run.
Run up the left side on the tackle for the Sentinels. Israel Heredia and number 31, Luke Jimenez.
Luke Jimenez in on the tackle. But a good run by the Demons. Move the ball to about the 7-yard line. Make that the 7. They say the 8. Call it a 2nd and 3 from the 8. The Demons can get a first down. 2 backs in the backfield. Man in motion. They run it outside. They spread the Sentinels out. And that was Bobby Franco who works the ball inside to the 5-yard line. And that should be a first down for the Demons.
Finally, we'd like to thank Rural Electric, a General Electric contracting company with
They're going to say it's third down, but so the first down looks like it might be at the 4-yard line. It's very close. Needs to say it's 2-down territory for the Demons. And it is a first down. My basic math of adding works. So it's Laborn in the backfield. Franco in the backfield with him on the I formation. Christmas in motion. They roll Labor into his right. Had a receiver right there. And flips it into the end zone for the touchdown. Dysart connects and scoring on the touchdown. Number 17, Caleb Richardson, the tight end. So a great execution by Laborin to his big tight end, Caleb Richardson. And now the Demons, they'll go for 2. It's now 24-14 on the 5-yard touchdown pass. Big play here. Christmas in the backfield as well as Bobby Franco. Labor and shotgun. They go to Christmas inside and he'll power his way in. And we got a ball game, ladies and gentlemen. Christmas on the 2-point conversion. It's now 24-16. And the Demons have rattled off 16 unanswered. And now the pressure is on the Sentinels offense to move the football. And that was a drive right there where, well, Johnny Ganados just got the ball to his playmakers. Christmas, Franco, as well as a big pass play downfield to Jonathan Lopez Reyes, who's a good-looking football player. This Dysart team, they got some athletes. The biggest thing for them, they just don't have a lot of depth. If they had another 10, 12 players, that could really make the difference. I was recently at a semi-high school reunion where I talked to my starting quarterback back in my days at Bogosiega High School, Jeffrey Johnson, and he said, look, our starting 11 and 11, we could play with anyone. But then third, fourth quarter, we had no depth, and that's where the games were ultimately lost. So for Dysart, they've got good-looking players, and they have really started to get a feel offensively and have a feel of what Seton's doing defensively. Now it's really up to Patrick Conley to pressures on him to convert a couple first downs and give Corey Edwards some running room. Right now, Dysart is out to stop the run. 8:07 left. 8-point ball game. Demons from Dysart coming a long way on the kickoff. The big lineman, Giovanni Casas, 6'3", 240 junior. Looking to boot it. You've got Edwards and R.J. Fogarty back to receive. Casas, as big as a house. Taken, and now Edwards on the keeper. Still on his feet and gets taken down at about the 30-yard line. And the Demons pumped up. Great special teams work by Josiah Laborin. So we talk about this team. Not a lot of bodies, but they're making what they can work with what they've got. Sentinels, 8 minutes left. And they've got to pick up their play. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 32. Demons they're stacking the line. They are putting a lot of bodies, 5 across, 3 linebackers just about 3 yards off the ball. R.J. Fogarty try to swing him outside. Fogarty with a good pickup. Gets about 7 on the play. And the big thing once again for the Sentinels, chew up the clock. And in this case, try to wind it all the way down. We've seen this Demons team hits some big plays. Hinchy on the long bomb. Christmas, great in the open field. Great receiver. Bobby Franco, good power runner. Runs those counters well. 2nd and 3 from the 40. 7:20 and counting. Edwards inside, and Corey Edwards bangs forward for the first down. And that's going to move the sticks to the 45-yard line. Conley getting the play from the sidelines. And the Sentinels looking to just grind their way and have the big boys make some big noise in the trenches. And for the Demons and a lot of their players that go on both sides, they're looking for a key stop. First down from the 44. High formation yet again for the Sentinels. Edwards inside. Edwards still on his feet and call it for a gain of about 4. So a good pickup for the Sentinels, bringing up a 2nd down. And the Sentinels moving ever so closer to a 3rd win of the year. But can they grind through 6 and change? First half, they've owned it, and then they've stalled. Mendoza, bottom of your screen. High formation. They go back to Edwards, a workhorse in the 2nd half. And Corey works his way out close to the 50. Called it a gain of 3 on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 4 from the 47. Big play here. Patrick Conley. This is where he's got to shine and make a play with the arm. This Demons team, now they're looking for their fan base to make some noise. Big play in this one. 2 backs in the backfield. 1 wide receiver up top, 1 down below. Conley trying to draw the Demons off. They're not biting. And they run inside, and Edwards is short. So the Sentinels will be forced to punt.
Brings a 4th down.
And the Sentinels playing ultra conservative. And we got a timeout on the field. A player down for the Sentinels. Let's see if we can get a number for you. Looks like that is Corey Edwards. And that is one player the Sentinels cannot afford to lose. Edwards already over 100 yards in this game. A couple 2-point conversions, a rushing touchdown as well. Team's leading rusher coming into this one. Edwards stepped on the field with 253 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also 10 receptions for 80 yards and a touchdown as well. That would be a tremendous loss for the Sentinels. We'll take a short timeout as Jasmine's motioning to the sidelines.
It's me, Wednesday Addams. I regret to inform you that I have devised the meal of misfortune with Wendy's. Normally I'd be against this type of capitalistic corporate synergy. But when the other pigtailed provocateur said I could concoct my own Frosty, I melted. My meal is tribute to the suffering that awaits us all. It's pure torture for your taste buds, with 4 nightmarish dips of dread. Don't waste my time asking which ones you'll get. You must surrender to your fate. Enjoy the anguish.
The back-to-school efforts are huge. I wanted to get kids excited to go back in school. Everybody can win and succeed with an education. To see that they're excited and they're enthusiastic, it really is amazing.
For us to partner with Larry and his foundation is just remarkable.
Appreciate the love, brother.
What he stands for and what he does truly aligns with Bell. To have him as a champion, he's remarkable.
To be able to give these kids something exciting they can look forward to every year, and to be able to have great partners like Bell Bank to be able to help me do it, it means a lot to me.
The good news is that Corey Edwards is on his feet, and they're working on looks like Jasmine's trying to stretch out his back, and he's going to walk it off. And that's a good sign. Corey's taking a lot of handoffs tonight, probably the most in his high school career, and now the Sentinels could potentially give CJ Lavin an opportunity. A sophomore who runs the ball well, 5'8", 153. But they're going to have to punt here, and they've got 5 minutes left to try to keep the Demons off the scoreboard. Only up by 8. Once led 24-0. High snap. The Sentinels will go for it, pulling off the tricks, and they'll get the first down. Patrick Conley gets the first down. So Pete Walheim goes into the bags of tricks and comes up a winner there. Sentinels grab the first down, and now they got 4:47 left to kill. Big thing is to take care of the football, as Edwards is on that sideline just trying to walk off anything. Big thing, the young man is banged up. I formation. And that is taken down. It's Luke Castro. So Luke Castro plays outside linebacker, and CJ Lavin is a good-looking running back. And they go to Castro. Timeout on the field. We'll take one, too.
So you want a building sign. Now, what is it going to say? Great question. The most important thing is that the sign has to be readable. People need to be able to see it, need to be able to read it. And from that, hopefully, they're going to know what you do. So we work with our clients to ensure their signs work for them and do the job of promoting the brand, promoting the business, and making sure people can find them. And sometimes when you're doing a building sign, it's best to just keep it simple. Tell people what you do. I'm Joe with Spotlight Signs and Imaging Solutions, where we will help you get noticed.
Second and 10 from the 38 after the timeout. Two-back set. Demons, they're bringing the pressure. They're forcing Conley to throw the ball. Two-step drop. He's going to fire it down the field, and that's going to be picked off. And the Demons will get the ball back and talk about something the Sentinels did not need. And that was a big pickoff by Donovan Hinchy. We talk about this Dysart team. Don't have a lot of bodies, but they are collectively gutting and grinding right now for victory. And Conley, that was just a bad pass. But now it's going to be up to the Sentinels defense, which has played well. But they've given up 16 unanswered. 8 late in the first half, 8 here in the fourth. Laborin, the quarterback. Good-looking weapons. His brother Adam Laborin up top, number 14. Now he's running back to the other side of the field. Jonathan Laborin under center. They run the reverse, and a good open field tackle by Luke Castro.
Runner on the left side, tackle made by number 5, Luke Castro.
Luke Castro with a great tackle right there. And if Castro doesn't make that play, there's another 10, 15, 20 yards potentially on that play for the Demons. 2nd and 5 from the 25 after the gain of 5. Demons need a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Christmas in the backfield. 2 wide receivers up top, 2 down below. Labrin, 2-step drop. Avoids the rush. Just trying to step up, go to the sidelines, and he gets hit out of bounds. And the referees kindly don't flag the Sentinels. Look, it wasn't a tough shot, but it was still a hit. And the Sentinels are very fortunate that that wasn't called. But it's a first down, and the clock is stopped with 3:49 left. And now we get a timeout in the field. Coming up after this telecast, The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, followed by your local news, or your local news followed by Jimmy Fallon. We're getting close. 9:32. 3:49 left. Demons calling a timeout. The Sentinels trying to regroup defensively. Trying to keep Josiah Laborin, the quarterback, from hitting some big plays down the field. For all you Dysart fans, if I called him Jonathan by accident, apologize to you. Josiah Laborin's had a good game when he's had time to throw. And it seems like both teams, they're only allotted three timeouts for the half, but it seems like each has had about 10. Not a fast-moving, swiftly played game. Battle of attrition right now. Sentinels trying to grind out a victory after leading 24-0. The Demons from Dysart, these two teams playing for the first time since 2000. Sentinels won the first matchup in 99, 35-7. They won the following year, 21-0. And now they're meeting 25 years later. Josiah Laborin, one back set. And they run Christmas inside, and that's a horse collar tackle by Schoonover, and that's going to be 15 yards.
Tackle made by number 75, Sam Schoonover.
So that's a tough penalty, but it was a good call. It was a horse collar tackle, and they're going to give him 15 yards. And we'll take another look if we can possibly get that play back up. And you can see the handoff, Christmas, and right there, the pull down off the horse collar. So that's going to be a 15-yard pickup. And now,
calls against the Sentinels for a face mask.
Instead, it was called a face mask. For me, it thought it looked like the horse collar, but the face mask. So needless to say, penalty against the Sentinels. Fatigue obviously starting to sit in on both sides. First down from the 48. Demons, they've got an eternity. Now they're at midfield. Christmas in the backfield. Laborin, two-step drop, roams to his right. Fires down the field, and that pass is incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. There's a flag
He had
on the play.
two receivers. He had Christmas, and he had his brother.
Call is holding against Dysart.
And the call is holding against the Demons. And that's going to push him back 10 yards. At some point, someone's going to want to win this football game by just playing a little cleaner. Ball's pushed back to about the 38-yard line. Luckily for Dysart, they got time with a 1st and 20 at the 38, and this would be a good time for a screen pass to Jovan Christmas or Bobby Franco. Laborin, quick step drop, fires, and that's picked off the hands of Christmas in a high pass, and down the sidelines, and he will score. Damon Mossad, touchdown Sentinels, and that's going to cinch the game. Damon Masood, a pick six, a 45-yard pick six. The high throw from Labrin off the hands of Christmas and a ball that should have been caught. And Masood is there and takes it back. A 45-yard return. And the Sentinels now with a comfortable lead. And barring a total collapse, they will pick up their third win of the year. And now it's about just going for the extra point. And the Sentinels kind of talking it over and what they're going to do. Nicholas Martin, who has been so good on extra points, he'll line up. And this is just some icing on the cake. Sentinels not good offensively in the second half, but they come up big.
Point after by Nicholas Martin is good.
And now we have another flag.
31-16 for your
And that's going to be probably a personal foul against the Demons. And we'll see what the call is. The Sentinels will most likely decline it. A lot of laundry on the field. Break out your Tide, break out your Clorox. These yellow penalty flags, they need to be cleaned. They've been on the field early and often. Those three guys, they had the extended halftime. Came out about 5 minutes late. Both teams were ready for kickoff, and they came out. So the kickoff for the Sentinels. Now from the 40 after the penalty against the Demons. Now they're going to move it up to the 45 for good measure.
So there was a penalty at the point after against Dysart.
So it was actually some kind of
Nicholas Martin to kick off for the Sentinels.
Some kind of penalty on the Demons after the fact. So the Sentinels get the 45-yard interception return by Damon Masood. And they now lead by 15. Martin will just boot it down the field. It hits the up man, he'll just gladly fall on it.
After the kick, Dysart will start on their own 20-yard line.
Dysart will start at their own 20. Sentinels with 3 minutes and 14 seconds left. And now it's kind of desperation time for Dysart. Down by 15. A big long pass play to Hinchy could turn things around quickly. And Labrin, Josiah Labrin, and the Demons are going to have to take some deep shots. They try to run the double reverse, and that ball falls flat. And a loss on the play for the Demons.
Second down for Dysart.
Second down as the clock has stopped yet again. And I think what has been about the 50th timeout in this half. 9:50. We got a hurt player That is the call on the field. Oh, looks like Adam Labrin is battling a little bit of a hamstring injury. He's trying to walk it off. We've seen a lot of hamstring injuries. We've seen cramping here tonight. We've seen Brady Hayes, starting quarterback for the Sentinels, leave with a broken collarbone, according to his mother. We've seen Corey Edwards walk off the field, a little banged up as well. So both sides, plenty of bumps, plenty of bruises. Labrin trying to rally his team with 2:47. They go inside. Trying to catch the Sentinels.
Off the right side on the tackle for the Sentinels.
Maybe trying to startle the Sentinels. James Boyle on the tackle. You know, you're down 15. Inside handoff when you got to really work the field quick is probably not the best call. .220 and counting. Paulo Hutchinson doing a great job on the live stream as always. Paul the Great in his big live truck with Steve the dog. Excuse me, Lenny. Labrin flips that out to his brother. And that slips right through the hands of Adam Labrin.
There's a flag on the play.
And there's a flag down. It's hard to figure in this one. I would say easily, Paulo, would you say there's 20 flags in this game? We're in agreement at least. Both sides need to do a better job cleaning things up. 4th and 15 from the 24. So it's pretty much essentially the ball game here. But the ball game was on the interception return by Damon Massoud. 45 yards. We'll break down the scoring before your local news hits at 10 o'clock. 4th and 15. They just flip it out, and that's right through the hands of Jovan Christmas. So Christmas with a couple key drops in the last 3 minutes. Sentinels take over in downs. So they essentially have got this one wrapped up. Tremendous effort, 24 first half points. They withstood the Demons' second half surge. Massoud cinched it with the interception return for 45 yards off the tip pass that Jovan Christmas could not bring in. And now the Sentinels, all they got to do is take a couple of knee downs, and this one's in the books. Sentinels coaching staff excited. 3rd win of the year. And a one to be proud of for sure. Sentinels taking the knee, and that's always a good thing. Now the time ticks off, and all the Sentinels Nation, all the Sentinels fans are going to go home happy. And Lenny the dog is happy that he's in the truck and not at home, wondering if lightning's going to hit. $120 as the Sentinels are in the best formation, taking a knee formation. When you're in that formation, that means you're closing in on the dub. Conley kindly takes the knee, and Conley will be back under center. Brady Hayes most likely lost for the year with a broken collarbone. So Conley, who started the year as the starting quarterback, will go back at it once again. And for the Sentinels, they'll go back to work And next week, a big one. Valley Christian right here on Friday night. The I-10 rivalry. VC off to a 5-1 start. And that's going to do it. Sentinels will go back to their side and soak this one all in. Their third win of the year. And they are excited. Back-to-back losses, and they're back at 500. A lot to be proud of. And their fan base excited as well. Hard fought, challenged, and they rose to the occasion. But some question marks after this one with the injuries. Of course, Brady Hayes devastating with a broken collarbone, and Corey Edwards got to wonder what his status is for the remainder of the year. And the Sentinels now 3-3, getting the 31-16 win. Sentinels started fast. Corey Edwards with a big 42-yard run, set up a Brady Hayes to R.J. Fogarty, 10-yard touchdown. Edwards with a 2-point conversion. Edwards had a 2-yard touchdown run. Fogarty, 2-point conversion to Tasialo, made it 16-0. Second quarter, after the injury to Hayes, Patrick Conley, 49-yard touchdown run, 22-0. Edwards, 2-point conversion, 24-0. End of the half, Josiah Laborin to Donovan Hinchy, 56-yard touchdown, 2-point conversion by Hinchy, made it 24-8. Fourth quarter, it was
I have been informed it is a certain special man's happy birthday today.
Another
birthday.
touchdown
So we all sing happy birthday to him.
for the Demons. Made it 24-16, and then it was very close. And then the Demons with a chance to potentially tie it, and Josiah Laborin found Jovan Christmas, tip pass, and right into the hands of Damon Moussoud, who took it back 45 yards, and the Sentinels, they win this one 31-16 for their third win of the year. Next Friday, it's Valley Christian. Paul Hutchinson will be on the live stream with a special guest announcer. And we appreciate you dialing us up on the Seton Catholic Sports Network for all the good people here at Seton. Jim Shoebridge, Miss Kish, Jen Hutchison, Victor Cerna, fine principal of this fine establishment, all the great students here at Seton, and all the great students and student athletes at Dysart. Paul Hutchison live stream. Good night from Seton at Michael Eubank Stadium. They pick up their third win, winning 31-16. Good night, everyone. This has been a presentation of Seton Catholic Athletics.